Morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. We're gonna be doing some more Powerwash Simulator. At least this might be the last one. At least until Powerwash Simulator 2 comes out. Which I hope that comes out fairly soon, because I don't think it has a release date. It just says, at least on Steam, it just says coming soon. But I'm super excited for it. Excuse me, I'm disgusting. Because I don't know if you know this, despite me saying it however many times, but Powerwash Simulator is one of my all-time favorite games. Like, legitimately, though. I also accidentally I thought there were way more Mukingham files. I put part 9, or Mukingham 9, even though it's just 6. But anyway, nope. There we go. Let's clean the subway train. And yes, Night Rain has also just come out. But I will play. I'm planning on playing. I might do a solo run Sunday, because that's my next day off work. If I have the energy, I might do a solo run in Night Rain on Sunday. At least I would very much like to. We shall see. I need to get a new keyboard. Because... Excuse you? Anyways, I need to get a new keyboard because my W button is broken. Or. Why does it have or? Well, we gotta start from top to bottom. Hey, Wishy, what are you up to? Cleaning, man. Force morning at Jeff's Antiques, and I've already been sent to Washington to pick up a Rococo basket base. You're saying words, man. I wanted to say, ma'am, your hunt is over. 'Tis I. Never feel silent amongst you. But you know, never reveal your full weirdness on day one. I have failed that multiple times, Harper. Thank you very much. Sometimes I just can't hide my weirdness on day one. How's your day shaping up? Oh, I woke up, took a shower. Okay, cool talk. Harper seems to be an increasingly popular name. Or at least I'm seeing it more places now. My niece is named Harper. it's too early or my brain is being funky lately because something's fucking with my eyes. This isn't even a horror game, but I'm hearing all these little sounds. I'm like, the fuck? Or if I may quote Metal Gear Solid. What was that noise? Just a fox. Stop whistling. I'm so excited for the sequel game though, and to like see what places to clean or what DLC that what crazy DLC places they may have. Like this one had Shrek and SpongeBob, for crying out loud. And there's plenty of different ones I personally would love to see, but I don't think they would ever do. You know, I don't remember if I said it at any point, but Beetlejuice would be a fun one, a fun DLC to have. Like, you could either do the movies or cartoons. Ultimately, doesn't matter, but like, if you did the movies, and you're cleaning the Deeds' house, you could end up washing away the door to the underworld or whatever. But I think aside from... Oh, you could do... That would probably be the most fun part, would be like, you get shrunk down and you clean the miniature town. Or some of the miniature town. That'd be pretty neat. There we go. I'm excited to play Night Rain. Because weirdly enough, one of my most played games in general is just Elden Ring. And so an actual roguelike Elden Ring should give me a lot of time. Theoretically, anyways. Because I think the two games I have the most playtime in are, even though I am constantly saying how much I love Powerwash Simulator, The Binding of Isaac. Actually, the games I've probably played the most, and I'm sure my Steam might say otherwise, but the games I feel like I've played most are Binding of Isaac, Stardew Valley, Elden Ring, and then maybe this. I mean, maybe Slay the Spire. I've put quite a bit of time into that. But at least in my head, those are the games I feel I've played the most. There we go. And I would love a Binding of Isaac sequel. Will we ever get one? I'm not too confident. You know, Edmund McMillan just kind of does his own thing, which, fair play. Stop it. And I've said it before, quite a few times probably, about how I feel like, Binding of Isaac is one of the best, roguelikes / roguelites out there. Because I think Dungeon Crawler works so much better for... Works so much better. Like, a Dungeon Crawler works really well for a roguelike / roguelite. Especially when everything can feel different each run. Because, as I've said previously, I enjoy Enter the Gungeon. But to me, all the weapons feel the same. I mean, yeah, like, some shoot faster, and some have, like, a kind of different projectile, or, like, a different pattern. But it never feels like anything is really different with that game. Whereas with the Binding of Isaac franchise, I guess, because it got a crap ton of DLC, you get power-ups, or you get, like, items and power-ups that make your character feel and look different. Make your weapon attack feel and look different. This place is spooking me. But that's just me. I'm sure many people prefer Gungeon over Isaac, or other games over Gungeon or Isaac. Like, there was one, I think it was called Neon Abyss. I played for a good chunk of time. That was a really fun one. And I will always say this to people. Don't let anyone invalidate or try to invalidate games you enjoy. as long as you're having fun, like, why is it such a big deal? I'm gonna leave it there before I go on a tirade about, video game politic bullshit. And then watch I go on a tirade about, video game politic bullshit. Now, one thing I will talk about, wrestling related, because he won't shut up as of late. Will Ospreay continuously being a massive shit talker in AEW show, which inherently isn't bad, right? Or at least being a shill for the company you work for isn't inherently bad, because, you know, you work for a company, you want to try to get more people's eyes on it, and you want to be like, yeah, watch our show, it's great, or whatever, right? But when you're constantly going, oh yeah, this is where, this is the wrestling show, this is where the best wrestling is, and nobody on the other show can come close to being as good as we are. But then that the show he's promoting, like, every week has things like death matches and bullshit gimmick matches that ultimately don't have very good wrestling. And, like, that's not me. I mean, yeah, I'm shitting on deathmatch wrestling, but hardcore matches and death matches are inherently garbage matches, because it's people throwing each other into barbed wire or hitting each other with weapons, with very little wrestling going on, and the whole entertainment factor / value is the carnage going on. It's not the actual wrestling. And that kind of stuff has become a staple for AEW as of late. For the past, few years or something at this point. But then, for Ospreay to say he's the best wrestler when all his matches are spot fests and him and his friends no-sell moves for 5 or so minutes straight, how are you gonna say that's good wrestling when you're cheapening moves for the sake of small cheers, and that people are just gonna forget this match when he does another match that's the same thing. Where there's no psychology, no ring psychology, no story, it's just spot, and a bunch of athletic stuff. Because, I'm a guy who, when it comes to wrestling, I do enjoy me some athletic stuff. I do enjoy me some flippy shit. I enjoyed Ricochet in NXT. Flippy shit is always... It's always impressive to see that people can pull some of this stuff off. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's not wrestling and blah, 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 blah. Because, yeah, it's still part of it. Part of wrestling has always been, people pulling off crazy feats. because wrestling is a sideshow. As, like, as much as wrestling fans want to try to build wrestling up as, wrestling is still is ultimately a sideshow. Like the strong man. Like, oh, look how much weight I can lift. It's a sideshow. And I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory way, even though it has derogatory connotations. But when people start trying to take this whole thing way too seriously and just be assholes about it, and kind of say, like, well, my form of sideshow is more legitimate than your form of sideshow. Your argument is kind of shit in that regard. And I agree, though, that AEW does some things better than WWE, but WWE does some things better than AEW. It's all about, like, when it comes to a viewer, it ends up being about preference. You know, do you want to watch something more story and drama driven? Then you'll end up watching WWE. If you want to watch, things that are more spot fests, like people being athletic, then you're going to watch AEW. Now, if you want to watch a show, or not a show about drama, but that has a lot of background drama, then you'll watch news on AEW. You're back down the subway? Nice. Nice. Bet they need you after yesterday. What was yesterday? Bucket Fest got pretty wild, what I saw on the Watcha. To be fair, 5 towns all having their fest on the same day was never going to end well. I mean, it could. People weren't animals. Chew your food, you're an animal. One of my favorite quotes from Matilda. There. It's kind of fitting that, the girl who played Matilda in the movie Matilda would go on to play a character, known as the old woman who lives in everybody's house. Which is a reference to the podcast Welcome to Night Tale. Hold on, I gotta respond to something. Anywho. Whoop please too. But yeah, that will always be a thing. Like, I may criticize a show. I may not even like something, but if you like something I don't let me try to invalidate you liking it. And don't let me try to change your mind in liking it either. People can like and not like different things. Like, it's fine. We don't need each other going around like, ew, you like that thing, you shouldn't like that thing, that thing's dumb. Like, I like One Piece. Other people don't, or they don't want to put the time in. Completely valid. There's a lot of episodes. So I get it. But I'm still gonna enjoy One Piece, and you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. And it's always... And this is gonna be a weird thing to say that I don't know how many people will actually agree with, but... It's cool to have people disagree with you on something, but you're still able to talk about it without having any kind of real argument or anything. If that makes any amount of sense. Like, oh, I don't like the show because of this, and I think the stuff is like this. Well, I don't see the show like that. But I get your point. To me, the show is more like this, or blah blah blah. And then people are still friends. Like, I don't know, those kinds of friendships and conversations are always super satisfying and gratifying. Bing bong. I wanted to play Doom Dark Ages, and I was gonna play that on stream on, like, the hardest difficulty, because, yeah, why the fuck not? Like, to see if I could. I'd probably struggle a hell of a lot, but that would probably be the fun in watching it. But I downloaded, because my computer can run Eternal and 2016, I think. But when I installed Dark Ages and tried to play it, because, you know, it's free on Game Pass. Or not, well, not free on free, but you know what I mean. It's on Game Pass. When I tried to play it on Game Pass, it's like, yeah, no, you're not even gonna be able to launch it. You need a better graphics card, one that can support ray tracing. We're not even gonna attempt to do anything. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. And of all, going into video game politics for a little bit, but not as much. Of all the things for people to not complain about, like, why isn't anybody complaining about that kind of shit? Like, you can't even play a game because you don't have, your graphics card doesn't have the capabilities to do this thing that you're most likely going to turn off. Because everybody, like, unless you've got a high-end PC, most people don't actually care about ray tracing. It's like, yeah, it makes things look prettier to an extent, but it's also, oh, reflections in things are somewhat better, and, you know, this thing is, like, reflections and puddles and shit are a bit better. Cool, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess it is cool, but again, more people are gonna turn ray tracing off so the game can play better, so their frame rate isn't dropping. So to make it a mandatory feature is really dumb and really annoying, in my opinion. Like, to limit who can play your game because of that bullshit. The Switch 2 is coming out soon, also. Would love to get it, but I can't afford that shit. Especially, with having to pay to fix my car, because cars are stupid. My hope for the Switch 2, though, is that I hope it gets better third-party support, like, from third-party publishers, because Nintendo Nintendo will do a lot for the Switch, or did a lot for the Switch. But there were third-party games that I bought on the Switch, you know, because, oh, fun little roguelike, that I can play while I'm on lunch at work, or taking a break at work, or while I'm at the laundromat, or something. But then, at some point, the developers just kind of stop with updates for that version and don't add and stop adding content. But then I would see the game on Steam, and the game would have all these extra updates, so much more content, and all this other stuff. But on the Switch, they would just give up. And I don't know if that's because something to do with Nintendo and taxing developers in some way or whatever. But it just kind of sucked, because it's like, well, now I don't want to pay again for this game when I wanted to play it portably. And I don't own a Steam Deck, and I'm not gonna buy a Steam Deck. So it was just that kind of thing just frustrated me a lot. And there are some other games that got continuous support on Switch, like Dead Cells, I think, got really good support on the Switch. I mean, because that's where I bought Dead Cells and most, if not all of its DLC. Because that's another fun one to play while you're on the go. Binding of Isaac would be another fun one, although you have to... People might give you some weird looks. Because of some of the stuff in that game. Or some people might see some of the stuff and be like, hell yeah. What, oh, did you just kill a giant poop monster? Yeah? Hell yeah. But I think the new Mario Kart looks fun. It really does, and I kind of like the mechanic of eating food to get new outfits. Like to, I think, permanently unlock the outfits too, if I'm not mistaken. The open world aspect I'm intrigued by, but I can see how it might end up being just kind of a, yeah, this thing exists, it's not, like, the open world aspect could be really cool, but it could also be, like, whatever, right? Like, it could just be a gimmick that people don't really care about. Because it's not the first racing game to have an open world. I can't think of the name of it, but there was a more... I think the gameplay itself was more arcadey, but the visuals were more realistic racing, like, open world racing game. Where you would just constantly go around this big map, but I think it didn't, I think the difference was, or is though, that, this game, or Mario Kart, will have actual tracks. That other game had, like, outlines. Like, oh, drive through flags and little arches or whatever. Whereas Mario Kart has legitimate tracks. I could be mistaken though. the Donkey Kong game looks kind of fun. Donkey Kong Odyssey is, I will call it. Ooh, pretty colors. Sir? Wonder if it means anything. Thick crime. That's what Michonne calls Rick from The Walking Dead. I'm a funny guy. That was a mistake. That was very bright. Genuinely loving this drive. I didn't know. Where are you going? Who are you? What drive? Having a quick pit stop to stretch my legs and take in the view. Good for you, I guess? Yeah, right. Meanwhile, I'm over here busting my ass. Almost forgotten how spectacular our country is. I can't fucking speak. Me? Bad at English? That's impossible. I saw you use spots. You can't hide from me. Until you can. Then you can go fuck yourself. Oh yeah. Speaking of going and fucking yourself, if I can just explain how my brain is reaching its destination. Very old wrestler named the Iron Sheik would go on tirades, and he would say fuck like that. I forget where he was actually from, but one of his notable instances of speaking like that, he was talking about Hulk Hogan and saying fuck Hulk Hogan, calling him a piece of shit and all this other stuff. Well before all this stuff about Hogan came out. But Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and some other dude who I have no idea. I think he something to do with UFC, or he had something to do with UFC. I think he was a I think he was a trainer for a lot of people. But they are starting their own wrestling company. Which is a very bold and foolish move for them. And it caused me to lose quite a bit of respect for Eric Bischoff. Well, not just respect, but also kind of say, oh, you actually didn't really learn anything. And I vouched for you numerous times. But then you go and do something like this. Because, as you may, like, you don't even have to be in the you don't even have to, be listening to wrestling news to know that everyone hates Hulk Hogan right now. Because it's just kind of obvious at the moment. It's very blatant and apparent that most people don't like Hulk Hogan. And now Eric Bischoff is out starting a wrestling promotion with him. Which, mind you, yeah, Hulk Hogan still has a big name, and he's gonna draw in all these old people who were watching wrestling in the 80s and haven't really moved past that. Yeah, they're gonna take all those people, but they're not really gonna get any viewers beyond that. But also, Hulk Hogan can't wrestle anymore. And that was his main draw. Every venture he's had outside of wrestling has been a massive failure. With the only thing having any amount of success was his acting career. And even that wasn't very well received. Like, all Hogan's movies are considered to be pretty bad. And so why would you take a chance on... Why would you take an unnecessary chance and a probable failure chance on a guy who has had so many flops in his career when it comes to that kind of stuff? Like, that's not me trying to be mean to Hogan or anything. Which, who cares if I'm being mean? The dude's a racist. And he, supports neo-Nazis pretty blatantly. Like, I know I don't really have the best... Like, I don't really have much, if any, business experience. But even I can see that this is a bad idea. Like, you have a very small market you're aiming for. And you're probably investing quite a bit into it. And then you've got WWE promoting Hulk Hogan's beer, but you know, that's, uh, but I think that's contractual stuff that that WWE slash TKO isn't willing to pay extra to just get out of the contract. That's my speculation, though. I have virtually no evidence of that. But there's no way their partnership with Hogan, especially after when he first showed up on, I think it was Raw, to promote his beer and got basically booed out of the building. Like WW and all, like however many of the superstars are just like, yeah, no, fuck this guy. We want nothing to really do with him. But again, speculation on my part. Like, I gotta quit saying like so much. As many people do, I talk out my ass quite a bit. But I always still try to preface it with, that it's my opinion or that I could be wrong. There are many people who will talk out their ass about things, but then wholeheartedly believe and act as if they are correct, even though they don't actually know what they're talking about, which is so wild to me. It it's something my family does, and it bothers the shit out of me so goddamn much. Because I know it. There are plenty of things I know a thing or two about. Uh, Wrestling, for instance, or stuff about movies. Or I have watched videos from pro chefs where they say, yeah, these are the proper ways to do this, and if you do this, like, your food will taste better, and so on and so forth. And I tried telling that to my mom and brother one day, and they just kind of, they're just like, you don't need to do all that, it tastes the same anyway, it doesn't actually add anything. And I was just like, you're not chefs. You kind of cook as a hobby, but you also don't really know shit about cooking. So who are you to say that a professional chef is wrong? Like, that kind of stuff just doesn't make sense to me. Though also, I wish I could have that level of confidence to say, a professional is wrong, and that I, as someone with no actual experience or knowledge, is right. Oh yeah, this guy who's been doing this professionally for years has multiple restaurants, and awards. No, they don't know what they're talking about. But me, who, just kind of cooks stuff, I know more. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I should be, power washing a plug socket. That seems dangerous. So, that rail is clean. That rail is clean. My phone is annoying. Bing bing. Bing bong ding dong. Where are you? Standing? What the fuck is a standing seat? I guess it shows that I don't ever use a subway. Or, like, have never used the subway. Though when I lived in Pittsburgh, I used, like, their monorail train thing a few times. That counts, right? This thing that is not at all that thing. I don't know. The idea of a standing seat is still weirdly just wild to me. It doesn't make sense. Like, you just lean against it, so it's just a wall. No, it's a standing seat. No, it's a wall. You're not sitting. I don't know, maybe I'm the idiot who... Or... I just said... Boy, do I look like an asshole. Guy acting as if he knows what he's talking about when they actually don't. I should have checked to see if there's any um um nope, no new achievements. Achievements is the word I was looking for, by the way. But my brain don't work so good at times. Those dings are so satisfying. But also the blues and purples, so pretty. So cute. Bye-bye. I implore you to reconsider. Okay. Oh, this one's new. Mukingham Spring Festival, Bouncy Castle, always fun. Street food, face painting, meet Freya Petrescu, the new mayor. This weekend, Muckingham Recreation Grounds. See Ulysses put on a hat. I like how that's like a special thing for the thing. It's just a cat wearing a hat. I love that. Ooh. A rock climbing wall would be a good one. Oh, we might see that in the next game. Maybe the antiques and furniture as well. And then I've got a whole nother car left. Not only do I have a whole nother car, but I also have the floor still to clean. just been roadblocked and pumped in by a duck and a goat. I mean, that happens here with geese a lot. Calm down, fellas, I'm just passing through. Turns out we're all like none of us are humanoid, we're all animal people. Gonna try picking them some choice boysenberries from a high branch to tempt them away. Okay. I didn't fucking ask? I just had a random thought pop into my head. You ever notice how natural some people look dressed up as someone of the opposite sex? Like I said, very random thought. But, because the music video for, Learn to Fly by Foo Fighters. Because in that music video, you know, they all end up dressing up as these different characters. And, and yeah, like Dave Grohl, I believe. Yeah, he's the lead. He's the front man for Foo Fighters, right? I'm bad with names. But, yeah, he just kind of weirdly looks natural dressed as a woman. What does that mean? I don't know. Probably nothing. Just an observation on my end. A weird observation, no doubt, but an observation nonetheless. Tapper, are you high? No, I can't get high because I got work tomorrow. So whenever I take gummies for my anxiety, I would have to probably take one before work, which would be bad, or or just suck it up and not take any, because I get really groggy and have a hard time waking up, and if I have a hard time waking up on days I have to work, I get really anxious, which kind of defeats the point of taking the gummy. In the first place. It's a vicious, dumb cycle. A vicious, dumb cycle that I wish would feck off. And now I have Learned to Fly stuck in my head. Not a bad song to get stuck in your head. In fact, I can't really think of too many bad songs to actually get stuck in your head. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Foo Fighters. I don't think I'll ever actually go out of my way to download any of their songs. But they got good music. Yeah, they do. They got good music I could listen to when it pops on. It comes on the radio, I'll listen to it. Dapper, what are you talking about? Why are you talking like that? Shut up, man, I don't know. I just do things. My brain works in mysterious ways. Not necessarily good ways, but mysterious ways. No! How'd I miss this? That was funny. I was at work the other day and not necessarily a coworker. Like, I pass him every now and again at work because he works in a different department. But still technically a coworker, I guess. Me and one of the people in my department had to get past him coming out of a room. He quoted the movie Grandma's Boy, and it was funny. Because he's like all leaned up against the wall like this. And my coworker says something, he's like, "How can they see me?" Grandma's Boy is such a dumb but funny movie. does the ceiling have sprinkles? Also, could you stop the spooky noises? This isn't a horror game. He's sassing back. He's giving a time. Moonman. Moonman. I think trying to find the most efficient way to clean all this is one of the most difficult things about this game. Because you think you found an efficient way, and then it turns out you didn't. Still don't understand why I get weirdly tense when playing this game. Like, this game isn't suspenseful or tense or anything. I just get weirdly tense during it. I also notice I put my elbows out a lot. That was kind of in tune with the funeral march thing. Like, dun, 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 dun. Which, whatever happened to that, like, musical thing? And then I suppose there's the fact that it sounds strikingly similar to Here Comes the Bride. Which could also be a negative thing. Oh yeah, something to kind of show my age a little. Because like I did it, or I brought it up with some young coworkers last year. But apparently, some of the old, I don't know what you would refer to them, but songs like kids would sing to each other to make fun of something or someone. I guess parody. I don't know. But like one of the Joy to the World parodies that you would sing as a kid. A joy to the world, the teacher's dead. We barbecued her head. What happened to the body? We flushed it down the potty. And round it goes. And round it goes. Anyway. None of them had any idea what the fuck I was even talking about. And that made me sad. Like, how have you guys not heard this? What are they teaching you these days? Because it ain't fun songs, that's for sure. Made it to Washington. What a lush trip. Reminded me how much is out there. Why do I care about this person and their trip? Ever considered taking work beyond Muckingham? Maybe. You offering? Me talking in real life, I don't think I could ever move to a different, state anymore at this point in my life. Because all my friends live here. And, I don't know. I just don't feel like I would be able to really make friends anywhere else. Like, and when I say make friends, like, I can make work friends fairly easy, I suppose, depending. on the circumstances. But I don't think I could make friends that I hang out with outside of work. Because I am very, I guess, antisocial, but also just kind of not good with people in general. Again, outside of work. When I'm at work, I'm a completely different person. I'm charismatic, I can talk to people, I can entertain people, I can even be funny. Can you believe that? But outside of work, nah. Unless we're already friends, I got nothing. Or at least that's my opinion and the belief I hold of myself. Championship tournament. Cleaned it. Okay, that grab rail is cool. You told me to open the door. I'm not opening the door. You open the door if you want. And then I clean the windows, and then I clean the poles, and then I clean the walls, and then I clean the seats, and then the floors. What about you? What do you clean? I don't know why I went to, like, kids show voice. Well, little one, you're what we call a little shit. Adults don't like to deal with you. We think you're gonna grow up to be what we call an asshole. Remember, kids, don't be an asshole. I know it's difficult for some of you, but you gotta trust us. Because life's not all about you. Other people matter too. So quit being a bitch and think of somebody else for once. Or else you're gonna get bullied hard in school and no one is gonna stand up for you. You're gonna pick a fight with the wrong person and they're gonna beat you up. And teachers won't even step in to help. They'll just lead out their classroom, look, and shrug. And it'll be all your own fault. Well, that sounds miserable. Well, that's because you make everybody else miserable. What was... It is you. There it goes. One of these days you're gonna fuck with the quiet kid, and he's gonna snap, and he's gonna beat the shit out of you. And even your best friends are gonna say that you deserved it. But then after that, you're gonna lose all their respect because you got your ass kicked. But then you're not even gonna have the fake friends that were standing by you. kids show where the mascot is just like talking down to the kids the entire time. When you get older, kids, you might come across this guy. His name's Terrence. He's a crackhead. Because let's face it, on the path you're going down, you're gonna be addicted to drugs too. If you're lucky, you won't end up like Terrence. But there's a good chance, with the way you are, being the little assholes that you are, you're gonna be on the other end of Terrence's attitude. You're gonna do him wrong, or he's gonna think you're gonna do him wrong on a deal, and he's gonna come at you with a knife. All you can do is run. Otherwise, he's gonna stab you. And then you're gonna have to go to the hospital, but you're not gonna be able to afford to pay the bills. So they're just gonna kick you out. This is going down a really dark path. Other mascots might say they'll be here with you the entire time, 'cause they're your best friend forever. But not me, because I know who you are, and I know what you've become. And I'm gonna leave your ass in the dust. And I'm gonna hang out with the cool kids. The type of kids who aren't mean to everybody else. And who have what we call empathy. And they're gonna be doing way better in life than you ever will. Sadly, that is all the material I have for that guy. 97%. Which means I think I'm missing quite a few things. Oop, 98%. So what am I missing? That's on the outside, right? A inner window. Inner window. I'm so bad at this game. What? What? Oh, bump off. I am the greatest. Time to clean up the sculpture park. Conform. Conform. Conform to your society. Oh. Oh. This is a lot bigger than I anticipated. Oh, do you have it? Guts. Climbing the aggro crag. You have come. Well, not yet, I haven't. Heyo! Please purge my work of this dirt. My imposter syndrome made manifest. What? What? Yes, you guessed correctly. I have done this myself. I don't care. I guess that shit is just too far away for me. Also, I gotta put on socks. My feet are getting cold. My feet are getting cold. I'll put on these socks. One might say they are losing circulation. I don't think they would lose circulation by being cold. I don't think that's how that works at all. Tapper, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Say what? Oh. Why is there like oil and shit all over everything? Whoop. What, you're telling me that, like, special cleaner works better at getting, shit off? No. That doesn't make sense. That's not how things work. That stopped working quickly. This sculpture might be a pain in the bitch. Pain in the bitch? That phrase doesn't make sense. Sure it does. You just gotta quit thinking. Clean it well. Remove any stains from the statue. Clean the monument, young Skywalker. For I am too old and cannot clean it myself. I cannot even clean myself. And if you tell anyone, I'll mark you a traitor to the Republic. Traitor to the Empire. No one will believe you, and you will be an outcast in your own society. are a Sith, and the Sith will just not give a fuck and they will try to kill you. So take that into consideration before you tell people that I can't wash myself. I would not stand for it, because I must sit down because I am tired. Why is there like so much oil over all this shit? Like, what did you do, lady? Or sir? There goes the boy. Home sweet home. Through one's own toil, the home and homemaker become one. Darcy DRC. This one realistically shouldn't take me that long to blitz through unless there's a bunch more oil spots. The boy is back.
Hello, boy.
Animal sculpture block, sculpture floor, plaque. Okay. Let's clean his magical visage. Ruff. If I can get away without using the fucking ladder. Then that would be great. Drat. Looks like I will need the ladder. I did it. You all saw it. There. butthole. Always go the extra mile to clean your butthole, folks. Alright, man of 1,000 faces. You have 1,000 aspects, all of them facing inwards. Come outside sometime. You might enjoy yourself and see what I've made. RC DRC. DRC. There was nothing on this screen yet. There we go. Plinth. If this stuff can stop being so angular, I might be able to clean it easy. flint. That light, and that light. Awesome. All right. Plinth base done and dusted. Now, big phallic purple thing. The enigmatic wave-like sculpture represents the birth of an idea. The waves symbolize my subconscious mind and its thought process. Shut up! The balls are the ideas themselves, as you can see. One is about to be born. Shut up! Quit being pretentious. In this instance, the idea being born is the idea to make a sculpture about the birth of an idea. Like, there are people who genuinely talk about their creative shit like this, and I'm sorry. Shut up. Like, you had an idea and you decided to... Your sculpture is the idea of an idea. Like, just say that. Stop trying to dress it up and be an asshole about it. Like, I'm not dissing people who give their art meaning or explain their meaning, but when they try to be pretentious like that, nah. No thank you. Main reason I'm doing the floor base for this one now is because it's like higher up than the other stuff. There goes my theme of cleaning top to bottom. Because if you're not cleaning top to bottom, what are you even doing? What are you doing with your life? Dude, people underestimate how often you need to clean handrails. Like, that shit needs to be cleaned, like, daily. If not multiple times daily. Because A, it gets dirty real fast. And B, so many people are touching it, especially, like, kids will lick it or rub snotty noses all over it. And that kind of stuff. Like, wherever hands can grab is something you gotta clean a lot. Pepper, it sounds like you know from experience. Well, I'm glad you think so, because I do. I'm gonna finish cleaning this whole thing, and then I'm gonna take a quick break for lunch. Though I say a quick break. I'll try to have it be quick. Thus, all my conversation has stopped because I'm just so engrossed in this. But also, I'm just kind of trying to power through it so I can go make myself some lunch. Which, realistically, I don't have to power through this right now before I go to lunch. Like, I could just pause and go to lunch. Or go make a quick sandwich. I'm almost done. Okay, with that done, oh, I will be right back. I am gonna go, take my dog out and get some lunch. back. And I have a sandwich. Turkey and cream cheese on a plain bagel. My signature sandwich and favorite sandwich. Not that that's important to you guys or anything, or that any of you care, but just if anybody was curious. Oh, wrong button. This is why some people learn to play games with one hand. You know the other reason. There goes the boy. That's a lot of Cedar Point. Since I already did so much of this one, sorry fish. Sorry fishy. Or as some kids might say, fissy. So many ladders. Who needs that many ladders? Does Carmine need that many ladders? I don't think so. Also, I don't know if you can hear me chewing. If you can, I apologize. Also, to be fair, it's a really good sandwich. Bye, Ghost. The curious animalistic sculpture is my spirit animal, Seymour. Every night in my dreams I send him off to the astral plane to mine the Akashic records for inspiration. Hey, Psycho. He finally manages to find his way home. You can expect my work to go stratospheric. Whatever you say, crazy lady. Dirty handrails. Got it. That sandwich is so fucking good. Sorry about that. No, don't fall. I'm falling and it hurt my tummy. Things like this are always a bit harder to clean from top to bottom because of their nature and openness. And now, weirdly, I got a craving for French fries. I say weirdly. I mean, it's not weird to crave French fries. French fries are good, like, any time of the day. I guess randomly would be more accurate. Another bite of sandwich. Or technically a few bites. But where? But where? Legitimately, but where? Like, are you talking about a little section I can't actively get to? Or that big ass section that I fucking missed because I'm a blind idiot. So riveting watching me respond to a message. Oh. If I look like an idiot while replying to my friend, that's on purpose. The eye of Porus. Was the eye of Horus ever for us? Pour us? Porus? Our vision of the holy is holy. Gaps in our perception prevent the manifestation of the vision. Oh my god, you're so deep! Shut up. RC. Ruff, ruff. I normally don't make sounds when I eat, I'm just kind of trying to be funny. And now I'm getting cream cheese all over my facial hair. Other than cooking streamers, I wonder how many people will actively go make food while on stream and then come back and eat said food. Because, like, I know plenty of streamers will, like, order food and then grab food. Or, like, their significant other will make food and bring them food. No, I didn't mean to do that. My friend's making some sort of references in Discord that I don't understand yet. food is so good. Like, I understand needing to not eat stuff because of health reasons. But people actively limiting their choice of food, for non-health reasons is weird to me. Well, it's not that weird, but I'm just like, you're missing out on so many good things. Like, you could be eating so much good food, or so many good foods, but instead you're like, nah, I'm gonna stick to this stuff because X and X such reason. I mean, fair enough, but you're missing out. Like, I could eat potatoes, pizza, and pasta for the rest of my life, and like obviously different combinations of those things. But I feel like those are the foods I could live the rest of my life off of and never get sick of. Oh, and ice cream. Ice cream, I don't think I could ever get tired of either. I love me some ice cream. And if I could have it without any health repercussions, like if I could have it every day without any health repercussions, I would. But that's not how the world and the universe works. Yar, lady, cruel mistress. Dang. That's the hardest thing about some sandwiches, is everything squeezing out. I need a napkin. Always helpful to have napkins on hand. The megalith is a 1 by 10 model of a house in which I shall see out in my final days. What? It will be colossal, made from marble and float 10 feet in the air due to magnetic repulsion. You're gonna... That's not gonna work. Magnets will be powered by a solar farm the size of Suds East City, which will replace Suds East City. You're a supervillain. What we can imagine, we can manifest. You are a supervillain, lady. One of the annoying things about bagels and cream cheese is how it can sometimes get stuck in your teeth. And so sometimes you have to spend like 5 minutes licking your teeth clean. I mean, while I'm here, cleaning the plinth. And yet I'm still kind of hungry. I think the food just needs to sit. need to finish this bit. There we go. It's the boy. Welcome back, boy. Nailed it. Silly me for expecting it to be like the color of water, I guess. Because, you know, dealing with an artiste, so nothing can ever be, you know, what it's supposed to be. I've dealt with my fair share of artists in my life, and in general, I've kind of had my fill. Like, in general, I do like art, but artists can be some really shitty people. And I'm sure there's plenty of great, like, a bunch of people who are artists and are really cool. You know, I initially thought, like, I still have some friends who are, I think professional artists who are really cool, that I went to school with. But then others who take themselves way too seriously. Like, some people, and you can say I'm just throwing shade, but, they were fine as artists, right? They weren't anything particularly amazing. They were fine. You know? Are there people that like their stuff? Yeah, probably. But should they be trying to make a living on art? No. Especially when they're treating it like a hobby, but then kind of acting like they should be getting more for their hobby. Then it's like, oh, okay, you're a little... You're something. You're something, to put it nicely. Itchy. Stand up. Thank you. And then I gotta clean the upper part of this skin. Wrong button. You ever just click when you don't mean to? Like, you feel your finger doing it, but then, like, you can't stop yourself for whatever reason. It's like when you're playing Animal Crossing, and you're doing the fishing minigame, and you can feel your, finger start to press the button early, even though you know the fish isn't biting yet. But there's nothing you can do to stop your finger. It's just like, whoop, no well. Like, for some reason I pressed it. Hey, so, is it weird of me to tell people I had a dream about them? Or not about them, but that they were in my dream? Is that weird? Because a lot of times when I have a dream and one of my friends pops into it, I feel like I have to... I feel like I have to tell them. Even though I don't necessarily have to. But it's like this weird compulsion I have. Okay, you were in this dream I had. For some reason, you were like an oracle or a fortune teller, like you could see the future. And you were saying all this shit while I was hiding at like the top of the stairs listening. Wave sculpture. Plaque stand. Ah, yes. The whole backside that I just kind of stopped. Okay, time for the plaque. The fraught process. The mind gurgles and bubbles, but where there's bubbles, there's trouble. Where there's froth, there's sloth. Then along comes a pop, and all is forgiven. Okay. Whatever you say, person. I shouldn't say sir or ma'am because I don't know what they prefer. Look at how satisfying this cleaning job is, though. Like, if cleaning worked like this in real life, I think people would be way more down to clean. If not, way more down to clown. Or down to cleaning clowns. I'm just rambling. I can stop saying things. Sometimes I should stop saying things. This is working out weirdly well. I say that, watch, and now everything's gonna go horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. I don't see the bullet. This was a surprisingly big Muckingham file, like bonus one. Whoop. Almost missed that. Almost fooled me. And then I still have to clean the whole, like, backside of all these. Boop. Finally, the bearded figure in the corner is my father. So they're a gnome too. Eyes closed in disappointment, arms tucked behind his back, aloof and superior. He was very sensitive about his poorly defined eyebrows. Hence his large pointed hat, a distraction device. Yeah, sure, that's what it is. Floor. 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 It's so dirty. Excuse me. When you hiccup and burp multiple times at the same time. Come on, we're almost there. This has a surprising distance on it for the stubby attachment. The one that's supposed to be like more up close, or like a medium distance away, or no, like not. It's like close, short, medium, and then far. getting is so nice and clean. Why is it not cleaning as well on the pink floor, though? Could you imagine if this game had a day and night cycle, though? Like, oh man, you're taking so long in game that it's literally taking you like a whole day. And this floor just doesn't want to clean as easy as the rest floor. For whatever reason. Ding! Yeah, this is coming up way easier. I don't know if this is actually working any faster. I wonder if being closer to the ground like this will help at all. Probably not, but it could. Um, sure, I'll put you there. I'll put you there. If you come my name, I will put you there. The heavy love, we can clean up there. More tunnel sculpture floors. We're almost done. And then it may be goodbye for forever for Powerwash Simulator until 2 comes out. This one took a lot longer than I expected. Well, it was fun. Every time I look over here as if this is where the camera is, but the camera's over here. Anyway, guys, it was fun. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you have a good night, morning, day, whatever time you may be watching. But regardless, I hope you guys have a good one. Bye, everybody.